besides going to the obvious cultural capital of the world, I like to go to this Reykjavik or Jakarta, maybe even Buenos Aires, and to sort of find out things that are not so well known and break some cliches about the places. And I mean, I guess I've just tried to dress like how I feel, and I guess it's not incredibly avant-garde or experimental, but sometimes it's not because my work is about shooting cool people that I should look cooler than I am. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, people appreciate people who are just themselves, and I mean, I don't need to costume myself, I guess. I was born in Switzerland, like this little country in the middle of Europe, and in the French-speaking part. When you live in Switzerland, the word fashion doesn't exist. It's just a word that you don't use. You use clothing, you use shopping, that's the maximum of fashion you can use, but you don't even know that there's fashion mix in the world. The only option in terms of like dressing to look cool, maybe was like to have like some kind of skateboarding, snowboarding sort of aesthetic. Like, oh, if you have a very, very warm jacket to go snowboarding, that's cool. It's very cool. I mean, anything else, having that would just not, no one will ever wear a velvet jacket, and it's not even existing on the market, and no one will get it. It's just like, yeah, it's all about functional mountain snow, like snow sport. Or I guess I went through different phases of like professional interest. I guess as a child, I started maybe with archaeologists because I was watching Indiana Jones, so in a very naive way I wanted to be him. And then I wanted to be a lawyer, and then I wanted to be like a geek, and then I wanted to be like a more scientist, like chemistry engineer kind of geek. And then I realized that, communication, advertising would be cool. So then I thought, okay, maybe I will start to learn economics, so then I can focus on marketing and then on advertising. And then besides my job in advertising, I just started to blog for fun, and after 1 year of blogging, became big enough to make a living out of it. I trained like very do-it-yourself kind of thing, and then I started to travel more and more. Then I got addicted to that, and then it became to the point where I would travel literally non-stop. So in the last 2-3 years, there's been literally 99% of traveling. I hate being external to the action. It's why I'm using a very small camera, because I mean, if you hang out with a big camera in a foreign country, you automatically put yourself in this position of being a voyeur, naive. I like this subjectivity. I think like it's what the blogging culture brings. Is like you assume your point of view. You were there. You were not just watching. You were just part of the action. And authenticity is such a tricky word and concept, because as soon as you pronounce it, it is not anymore. Especially in a world like ours that is so marketed and with so much awareness, so much information. Everyone knows everything about everyone. So much feeds. So I don't believe anymore in authenticity in our society. I mean, I think authenticity was possible in another time where people were less connected to each other, so people would do something in their own part of the world. I don't know, I'm doing and I'm thinking at the same time, and I'm too busy and lazy to anticipate everything, but I don't want neither to be just a victim of my destiny. So I guess it's a combination between I'm doing what I want to do, I'm trying to think slightly about what's next, but at the same time leaving it quite open to capture on my ways like small hints and information and opportunities to transform what I'm doing. So it's like a very natural progression, but I think there's nothing that can compete with the pleasure and excitement to be in a new place, and just even somewhere you've never been so often, but you know, just this sort of adrenaline of having to discover a whole new world where people speak a new language and have different codes.